There are plenty of things in the Zelda U footage that remain to this day a secret to everybody. And judging from 50,000 views on my last video, you guys are just as confused and mystified by some of them as I am. However, 5 things is definitely not enough to cover all the weird and unexplained details we've seen in the footage so far. So today I'm going to run through another 5 mysterious details. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 5. The first look we got at Zelda U was chock full of awesome details. We got a great landscape view of Hyrule Field, with many landmarks visible such as some form of fort, with what appears to be a water gate, a small village, and what appears to be Death Mountain. Wait, what's that? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I fiddled around with this image as much as I can to try and get a clearer look, but truth be told there's just too little visible to actually make a solid judgment. It could be that this is a version of Goron City, this time mostly on the surface like in Majora's Mask rather than underground like Ocarina of Time. This is supported by the brown colours of what could be the walls, like rocks. The close proximity of Death Mountain, often the home of the Gorons, is an obvious piece of evidence that supports this. My other guess would be that this is Zelda U's version of Kakariko Village. I would try and suggest the appearance of buildings, but it's just far too unclear to even bother. This is truly a mystery that we'll have to discover for ourselves by scaling the rocky foothills around Death Mountain ourselves later this year. Number 4. Epona is almost as iconic in the Zelda series as items like the Master Sword and Hylian Shield. But it's quite apparent that she looks a little off in this one. Either she's going through an emo phase and we all just don't get her, or the design teams changed her look. And yeah, this is Epona, since both Aonuma and Miyamoto refer to her by name. But what's the reason behind her redesign? It's weird that Epona and Link both have different designs in this game. Whether this is evidence for character customization, a reboot, or whatever else is just a mystery. Number 3. The combat section of the Game Awards footage is really interesting. We get a brief look at the slow-mo mechanic in actual gameplay, the design of the bokoblins, and even learn that this area is near to a dungeon. However, one thing that confuses me about this area is this. It looks like flames behind a barred door. The Zelda series is no stranger to using flames to block entrances to hidden areas, so perhaps this is some form of secret cave. It's apparently near to a dungeon, so maybe it has something to do with that. I wonder if killing all the nearby bokoblins could unlock it, because that's often the solution to this sort of puzzle in Zelda games. There's also some sort of white mark here, but I've no idea what it could be. Number 2. Now, I've picked this up before in my analysis of the most recent footage, but over here on the cliff we have a mysterious structure. I've theorised before that it's a tent with a campfire outside, but to be honest it's just a couple of pixels, so it's difficult to make judgments. However, the fact that it's so prevalent in this footage points to the fact that it could have some importance in the final game. Whether it's a place that Link can sleep using his bedroll, a wandering merchant, or something else entirely is unknown. Number 1. Another thing that's constant in the Zelda U footage is weirdly carved rocks. They're everywhere. In the E3 trailer we can see one shaped like a snake and another like a bird. Then later on in the Game Awards footage we get even more of these weird things, such as these two that apparently mark the presence of a dungeon. I spent ages trying to pinpoint exactly what this statue is, seeing it as a hand with an eye in the palm, or an owl statue from Twilight Princess, until I looked at it from this angle and realised it's the same as the bird statue from the E3 trailer. This is supported by its wings and clawed feet, so that's 3 of the same statue in different locations in Hyrule. And judging from the comments about them marking a dungeon, that could mean that this part of the E3 trailer is actually close to one. But aside from this, We still don't know what they are or who made them. What could they mean? Can we interact with them in any way? Will the story behind their creation be revealed in the new game? Who knows? Thanks for watching this video. Judging by how much you guys liked the last video, I had to share even more of the things that confuse me in the footage of this game we've got. There's nothing else for us to do but wait until more of the game is revealed to us to explain more of these mysterious details. Cheers guys, and I'll see you next time.